Alright, welcome back to watch Axel try to play and translate live the original Persona game for PSX. Well, let's get started again by establishing where we're at. So, we are a bunch of played the Persona game, which is essentially like doing Bloody Mary in front of a mirror and accidentally summoned, can't cross the street, and accidentally summoned a little girl who started screaming for help and then hitting us with lightning bolts. All having seen a dream with featuring a man in a mask, telling us that we have entered a space between consciousness and unconsciousness. We wake up to our teacher telling us, hey, I'm worried about you. Collapsed in a classroom and I'm kind of worried, so I need you guys to go to the otherwise known as hospital and get checked up, and there we are. In the meantime, we established a few things. Another person at the hospital that's important is Maki Sonomura, a classmate of ours that has been hospitalized for the better part of 8 years. So we are off wandering the streets to find her. First, we have a few things to check out. あっちゃーしまった俺金持ってねえんだわいややべえな Oh man, really done it here. I don't have any money on me. Oh man, oh it's the worst. He's very unconvincingly trying to get out of paying for losing the bet, because when we played Persona, everybody but him bet that something was gonna happen, and boy did he lose out on that bet. 悪い悪い食い放題はまた今度な Like, well, sorry, I'll have to put it off until later time. Oh, sure. カードゲームかこれならいいだろう大人の遊びだからな Oh, it's a card game? Oh, whatever, that's fine. It's an adult game. 稲葉などいとしコンピューターゲームOh, it's because they should act their age essentially and stop playing their like computer game stuff. Oh. Kisama. It's like of course, don't tell me. You don't like video games too, don't you? Well, we're playing one right now, so Nanjo, you can fuck right off. 俺が最近待ってるカードゲームはペルソナってんだけど Man, I'm really into this card game lately. No, it's called like Persona or something. ペルカードとかいうかって悪魔を呼び出したりできるんだぜ With these spell cards, you can like summon demons and stuff, you know? 本当にそんなことができたら面白いのにな Like, wow, if you really could do that, it'd be kind of cool, huh? I mean, probably not as cool as you would like to think. They're demons, and you're a weak human. 悪魔そんなことが現実になったら笑ってもらえない Like, demons, huh? Like, if something like kind of thing like happened in real life, we would not be in a place to be laughing about it, I don't think. Well thought. Yukino. さあ、いや、レジがお金じゃねえか。どうすんだよ、これ。俺、知らねえよ。Like, welcome. Oh man, the register's not working. Like, what? I don't know what to do. Don't ask me. Yeah, real helpful. Alright, Mark. Who are you left all your money? Check out this yin yet. They might have some for selection. They don't. I'm just saying that as a pretense to come in here because Another flag in the Reiji quest. Yes, I'm going to go through the motions of getting him, even though I might not get him in this playthrough, because I could still make a save file and at another time, if I so hate myself. But anyway, let's continue on the Yin Yang Market. Oh, who is this unique sprite? Ah, Eiji no Asa. Ara, エルミンの学生さん、うち息子同じなのね。Oh, are you a St. Ermelin student? Oh, my child also goes. けど、レイジと言うな。だけれど、ご存知かしら? Oh, it's like, name is Reiji Kido. Would you happen to know him? I know him. Yes. あら、ご存知なの? まあ、同じクラス? Oh, you know him. Are you in the same class? あの子はあまり気合が良くなくて and yeah, that child not great at getting close to others. 勝手なお願いで一応ないのだけどレイジとしてもらえないかしら So she's saying like I know I'm asking like selfishly to like impose this on you. Cause yeah, it is kind of awkward to have like a mother come up to you or like say, "Would you mind being friends with my child?" Yeah, that's awkward, but you know she's nice. Let's do that. Oh, really? ありがとうございます。今度家にも遊びいらっしゃいってね。So, another random thing about this game, if you talk to her again, you fail the quest. It undoes the flag permanently and you can no longer get him. I don't know why this is, and I don't know why the game would put such a thing into it, but welcome to 90s JRPGs, everybody. Next, let's talk to Mark. あの人、木戸のおふくろさんがいいんでいいなそう。Well, Mark has compliments her on being very pretty and nice, unlike his old bat. Mark seems to have mother issues. The Kido Reiji wa kawarimono da kedo. Basically like it's kind of like a weird dude, but her mother seems like a good person. 用事は進んだのかさて、次は病院にもらえるのか Yeah, well, fuck off. Okay, I am done with my business. Good dick, Nanjo. We can go to the hospital. But not before I talk to more not until I talk to more NPCs and, you know, get the best out of it. So, look at the name of this store. Satomi Tadashi. Where have we heard that name before? Yes, it is not just the name of the writer of this series, but also the self-insert character that everybody thinks is an idiot. What an interesting way to do self-insert. Well, this is the Satomi Tadashi chain of stores. Yes, there are lyrics to this song. Oh, this must be like, this is Tadashi's uncle's store, huh? Oh, like there's one in Sun Mall as well. I guess that's the main one. Basically, he's doing part of the song. Nanda kono uta. Basically, he's claiming that it's the song is brainwashing him. 行ったこともない木って気になるわ。The tree I've never seen before. 公園に行ったら見たこともない木がね面白いから見に行ってみた。Oh, basically, like behind the park, there's this new tree. It's another Agastya tree. A save point. 君たちうちの甥っ子の正しいのお友達だったらサービスしちゃうよ。Oh, you're friends of my beloved, Tadashi. Well, I'll give you a discount, or I don't think he actually does. But these are kind of important. So you get your general health items, Kizukusuri, which is basically like wound medicine, antibacterial. Ogyoku, which is, I guess, man, I don't know. I had to see the kanji for this, but it's a full restore. This is a way of reviving after dying. This one gives you full health. Disstone, disparalyze, dispoison. Kind of, in English, it's actually very explanatory. Dissick gets rid of the sickness status. But we also have song, which literally just sings the lyrics of, like, if you're hurt, get some wound medicine. If you're stoned, get a disstone, etc., etc. So hey, if you don't know, just listen to the song and know what everything does. But we don't have a lot of money right now. A bunch of students, and one of us is working a part-time job for a camera and studying abroad for photography lessons. That does not come cheap. Okay, so this is a weird store. I guess in our world that these people would recognize, this is kind of a traditional sweets shop. So things like dagashi, cheap candy, and more Eastern-style candies. So. He's just gonna ask about the hospital again. 音楽ってそれってピアノだね。あれこれどこかです同じようなこと。Like, oh, it's like the sound of like a piano playing. It's like I somehow think I've heard that before. おかしな店。一体何の店なんだろうね。What a weird store, like even I don't really know what it's for. I love the soundtrack of this game. It's weird and funky. And again, if you look at the Twin Peaks reference that this game is kind of making, and you'll see them much more heavily apparent later as we go, but it has that kind of mix of weirdness, humor, and kind of weird dark supernaturalism. This customer is saying, この店この商店街にはお菓子店があるんだ。Oh, in this covered shopping mall, there's this one weird store. いつ見てもBasically, it's like whenever I see it, it's closed, and I never see anybody doing anything. But sometimes I can hear music. Like, wow, what a weird thing. There's weird things in this world after all. Oh yeah, yoku kita ne. Ah, yukkuri shite. Oh, you've come. Go, please take your time. So this is the weird dagashi shop, where you can actually get a whole bunch of other types of recovery items. So this one is a Tsurutsuru drop, which would probably be kind of like I would say like a throat drop, or like, I'm guessing it's also kind of like those like cans of like just like hard candies that are fruit based. Kamekame candy, I'm guessing is like a turtle candy of some sort. Never had one, fortunately, so I don't have a reference. Otherwise, I guess like the only thing I could think of is like a chocolate turtle, but I doubt that's what they are. And this one recovers one level of ailments. This one does the one level of ailment for the entire party. Silver Mancha. Energy drain, heals energy drain, covers some hit points. So we got a whole bunch of interesting things. And a core shield. Yes, this is one of those things you definitely buy at your local dagashi store. Something that protects yourself from damaged floors. So, not gonna be buying anything here just yet. Again, we're a bit short on money. Probably use better ends as we get further in. But just wanted to introduce y'all to the interesting items that we'll be working with in our adventure here. We also have clinics here, so these are ways to get healed. Essentially a simple walk-in. And この町の人と違ってみんなセンス悪いのよね。And the people of this town have like absolutely no sense of style. 私なのはたまに見かけるの茶色男の子くらいかな。ゴーグルしてて可愛いの。Oh, it was like, except sometimes I see this one guy with brown hair who like wears goggles. He's really cool. That's our friend Brown. いかにでも制服を保られているのかい？掃除がしたら病院に行くよ。Basically saying like, hey, this is like something that Yuko would be into doing. Hey, shouldn't we go to the hospital? Yeah, I know. これが服などで十分。あとこのマフラーがある。Basically, he doesn't really care about clothing as long as he has his number one scarf around his neck. Tacky, but you know, someone gave it to him. Someone important. だっていや、南條のあのマフラーどう思う？あれいつでもしてるんだよな。Like, well, when it comes to clothing, like, what do you think about Nanjo's like scarf? Like, he's always wearing that thing. I mean, yeah, he does seem to be very much full of himself, and I guess obsession with the number one is a big part of that. Let's see whether or not he cools out over his lifetime. I don't know. Oh, curious room. Data. Can't go in there. Oh, we have our save point. I won't be. First, let's go into and get our judgment. 1999. Yes, this game was made. So 1999 was a far off date to people. Well, maybe not that far off. 3 to 4 years, but you know. どうした猫森？急にギャンブルにhave you decided to like awaken as a gambler? ちくしょう、またすっちまったぜ。かなりだから俺やるやつよ。あったりでかいってわけか。It's like so like you know that thing with slot machines? Essentially, like if you put in a whole bunch of money into it and you run out before you get a payout, the next person who's going to come in, and once it gets to the point where it's willing to do a payout again, they're the ones to benefit. So this guy's kind of complaining about that phenomenon. He's about to run out, but the next guy is about to win real big. あ、もしかしてお前が次にやるつもりだ。悔しいぜ。Oh no, you don't mean that you're going to be the next one using this? Oh man, that sucks. I mean, hey, why not wish me luck, buddy? Andra Makuno Ranchinana. Oh, are you guys Mark's Goraya Anraya Jane Mitera? God, what the fuck accent is this guy? God, he's like just talking with his mouth open and never actually closing it. So I guess he's like trying to say like, hey, here's friends, right? I was like, yeah. 最近俺らのテーラーズのスタジオのよそもんが生きてみてんなんだよな。Oh, there's this like guy coming in to our calling themselves the Taylor's Studio. しかも別傷があるらしい。So basically on his forehead he has like a weird scar on it. And he kind of pisses him off for some reason. お前らほっとっけな。そのうち I'll leave it to me. Because, you know, Mark and his band, well, not band, I don't think in music, but in this, like to tag places. And he's the son of the cleaners. They are the Taylors, and he calls himself Mark. So you can kind of see where we get his kind of sensibilities from street art. 相変わらず 稲葉の友達が変なやつばっかりだよね。Well, as expected, Inaba's friends are all real weirdos. Real fucked up guys. So this is of course a casino. You can exchange for coins here. いらっしゃいませ。こちらではお金とコインの交換を言っております。お金をコインに換えますか？着替えますか？いいえ。I don't have that much money. And the prizes here. こちらではコインとアイテム交換を言っております。コインのアイテムは着替えますか？ Check out what he's got. Let's check it out. A mail breaker, so you got swords. Wow, like, huh, this is kind of strange stuff to be selling to people in this day and age. Let's see. Bredo. That is a type of bullet. Megaton glove. Gunfish. Gunfish. Must be a type of gun. Okay. But I tail. Anda. Okay, so these are basically just a bunch of weapons. Not much I can do. And until I get what's called a metal card, I can't use these code breaker machines. You win these cards off of used battles or found items, take them in, and you can play a code breaker game. Since I'm playing on an emulator, I can actually go back and cheat the crap out of it by using a save state. So you enter the card, and once the game determines the number you were supposed to code break, you save the state. You can fail the entire thing, and then you find out what the number is supposed to be. And since you created your state before you do your first guess, and when the number has been determined, meaning you have to use your card first, can't save and then redo it and hope it does it the same, you then can get the guess right at the very beginning and get the max prize, which is almost impossible to get because you would have to get the number guessed correctly in the entire grid the first time. Does not happen without cheating. And since I don't really enjoy doing gambling stuff, like I don't feel like doing a whole bunch of that, I might do that as an off-screen thing. And you know, do a little bit of grinding where I'm not having to, you know, do this. So if any of that happens in between these sessions, I'll let y'all know, but we'll see. But either way, I can't use it. I don't got a card, so I can't cheat just yet. The codebreaker machines do give you different though. They do give you other prizes that you normally get in direct. The SME clinic is not going to help us go to a hospital. Get ourselves checked out. But you know what? Before that, Mark has some territory to mark. Huh? Get it? Marking his territory? Anyway, let's keep going. So, we go from Joy Street, a Shotengai, otherwise known as a covered shopping mall. But, before we do that, where we need to go. Looks like there's an abandoned factory that has its name, has our name on it. Hey, cool Joel. In the PSP version, this is replaced with a map that does not scale like this. It's one large map that you go to areas in, and there's none of the cars, there's none of the birds tweet type of music. Yeah, it's just a lot different. It doesn't really have the same thing. Not to say that this is like a superior version, but as you will see when we get to the game, the sense of this kind of very normal environment and kind of done with the soundscape kind of comes into play and really, I think, enhances the feelings you're going to get. So let's go into this abandoned factory. More, it's like it's less of a crash and more of a dump, I guess, is the feeling I would say here. It's like more like it's less of a studio and more of a dump. Inaba Yatsu no omae no chinpira no nakama ka. Oh, it's like, is that one of your hoodlum friends? Chinpira dato. What are you? Wait, what? Only. Wait, he has a scar on his forehead. Wait, who isn't it? What is he doing hanging around? No, you guys should stay away from here. Do you want to die? It's like, you know, you're gonna die if you keep checking this place out. Anda! Oi! Mochi agare! Like, hey, wait up. As he kind of does what he. Oh? Oh! That flag done. You really mostly just have a little bit of flavor text to do. A bit of themselves reoriented on the map. Let's actually visit. You know, everyone's been talking about this Sebek company, saying it's a biological warfare company and it's haunted just because they tore down that old haunted mansion that the kids used to play in and built their building on top of it, and now people are going missing and there's like weird voices of children crying for help, but it's a normal company, you guys. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Cut through Kage Chome, Kage Machi, Icho. That. Oh, they're gonna make me cross all the way a boulevard? Oh, these people. Oh, Agostia tree? Oh, they have more birds around that. Nice effect. Look at Sebek. Oh, look at that. They got a... What did they need that for? Oh. Akeda, お前らは何の用だ? ここにはガキの来るの場所じゃねえぞ。おい、あのガキどもの外に出せ! Like, hey, what do you want here? This is not a place for kids. Like, you know, hey, throw these kids out. Akeda, I mean, whatever. He's like his second-hand man. Works at the Sebek Corporation department. Akeda, nani no? Kandori, that's the name. Kandori Takahisa, that's how you read it. Kami is Kan, that makes sense. Kandori, there we go. So, okay. This is why it was really hard for me to do the name, because, like, this is, again, I talked about this in the first part. Name kanji are hard. They will change the reading depending on the other symbols that get connected to them. Kami can be read a whole bunch of different ways. So, in this case, his name literally means God Taker. Kandori. Which is also the name of the music track that is playing right now. Oya? これは珍しい。何所かのし何の何でのかな? Oh, this is such a rare occasion. What does the young scion of the Nanjo house, you know, have here? Kandori Takahisa. Basically, he is kind of like the acting branch head of the Sebek company. Basically, kind of like the main guy behind it all. There's a lot of dark rumors about him. They're kind of like never ending. 味方の用があって怖くて機械で来た I'm not with like you're not my friends. I'm just here with them or something else. こうではそちらにお坊ちゃまのbasically using the same term that Yamaoka calls him, obochama, kind of insulting him as like a young master with his school friends. You know, can't see it anything other than that, from my view. He's an adult, so he's kind of looking down on Sanjo here. So like, you know, friends that would be with you to like such a sordid place must be great friends. Bochama o yobu no wa yamete morao. You know, it's telling him, don't call me that. Niigata ni wa sou yobu no wa mori wa nai. I have no intention of letting you call me that. You know, yells at you kid. Agatero, keda. Do yara nanzuka no shitsuke wa nante inai you da na. Basically, you know, chastising Nanjo's family for not having raised him right here. ああ、いいNanjo-kun。君には、おいおい、他の人間のする口教えてやろう。Maybe I should, you know, teach you the proper manners, how you should speak to your betters. なんとも嫌なやつだけど、てめえの方がずっと嫌なやつだな。Like, yeah, Nanjo may suck, but you're, you know, bastard like you is somehow even worse. Kandori-sama, sorosoro jikan ga. Whatever, Kandori, the time has come. I've got it, imasugu. Dewa, sorosoro okitori o negao ka. I have pressing matters to attend to. Let's go, main character, Nekomori. Alright, so these are all optional things I'm doing, but, you know, getting some flavor, introducing us to some characters, gives the sense of who these people are and background on them. Let's then over to another mall. Oh, sidestepping, look at us just walking sideways all the way down the street. Alright, to Ikage Sun Mall, another shotengai. A covered shopping mall. You're gonna find a lot of similar things here. Got another Dagashi shop. Dagashi. One of my favorite things at the Dagashi shops are usually called a Himokyu, which is like usually a soda flavored gummy rope. Really nice. Yeah. 駄菓子は食べたことがないんだ。山岡が許してくれたんだな。I've never eaten dagashi before because Yamaoka would never allow that kind of thing. Cares way too much for young K's health to do so. たまにはこういう店良いんなきゃならない。忘れてたらしな。It's like, hey, it's fine to come to a store like this or aren't you hospital? 秋の楽器駄菓子を食べるのかな? Hey, do the kids these do they like even stuff anymore? 俺なんか毎日風富士it's like as for me, like I do this like every day. I even do like the lotteries. Like a lot of these things, there's like an ice popsicle will have like a winner on it or something like that, and you win that lottery. Or the stores themselves will have like their own kind of mystery bag lotteries. Like that. If you want to get more on Dagashi stuff, if you go to Game Center X, like tours of various Dagashi shops and arcades, they're really nice. So this store runner is Tennen Iguchi de Mannen Iru Tennen Ando no Aji. So basically, like with one taste, 1,000, another 10,000. you know, lengthening your life. That is the idea behind the name of the park. So there you go. I guess it's a mixture of Herbalife and candy shop. It's like a pharmacy, but for medicine that is not necessarily prescribed by a Western doctor. And of course here, more of the throat drops and ailment things. And stuff that will be useful, you know, when ailments befall us. What lives? Why would that fall any? Of course, we also have our save point, another Agostia. Grows in the mall, don't worry about it. A room we cannot enter. Again, don't worry about it. More gambling. Both malls have casinos. They both have very 90s decorative. This is the most 90s freaking wallpaper. Anyway, これ、お兄さんたち、エルミンの学生さんじゃあ、知ってるでしょ? Oh, you guys are like airman students, right? You must know this girl. 髪長くてさ、スタイルが良くて、ハリー、なんか、メリーが呼ばれて、Oh, it's like someone named Sally or Mary has a like long hair, really style. Oh, it's like she's really pretty. Come on, introduce me to her. Probably talking about Ellie, our friend that we first have. あんたが同じしようか、私の。Again, chastising us for doing this kind of random stuff and. Well, wow, Ellie really is popular, huh? She would bring how she is smart, beautiful. Younger that I didn't really take you for a gambler. Oh, this guy's wearing interesting. 待った。ちまったよ。あんなに飛んだからさ、俺のsame guy is doing the same complaint as the other one. One little thing, if you look at his uniform very closely, I mentioned in section that a friend of ours, Maki, was a reference to Shinigami Tensei F. His uniform there is Harukozaka High School, which is the setting for Shin Megami. Previous game. What the I hear? A knife, a sword. Yes, you know, normal prizes that you get at your local pachinko parlor. Japan. Oh, continue our mall. Oh, we also have another Rosakani day. Surely nothing will happen at this one. Up, someone's theme song. Mark's theme. Mark's mom. Mark! Get... Oh, fukuro! Old hag. Mark, いいところに来てくれたわ。お母さん買い物してるんだけど、荷物重いからマークに一緒についてきて。Oh, it's like, oh, you came at a perfect time, Mark. I've been shopping and I can't carry all of this. Come on, carry it for me. Nanjo. Oh, Mark-kun to wa, ano koto ka na? Inaba Masao. Like, oh, you know, Mark-kun, you know, has another embarrassing family nickname, so. Whatever leg up Mark thought he had over Nanjo is completely gone now. Poor Mark, he does not win very often. Ya mero, baba! Ore no isugashii n dakara yo. Hachi itte koro yo. Hey, you know, stop it, you old like grandma, essentially, is what he's calling her, insulting her age. It's like, I'm really busy right now. Come on, leave me alone. マー君、お母さんのことはババなんて言ったらダメでしょ。It's like, hey, how have I told you not to call me that? せっかくお母さんはマー君にシャツでも買ってあげようと思ってるのに。It's like, here I was gonna be buying you some nice new shirts too. マー君ね、坊ちゃまと同じぐらい恥ずかしいと呼び方だね。Wow, マー君 is almost as just about as embarrassing as 坊ちゃま, you know, to my ears. うるせえぞ、ユキの。Shut up, ユキ。あら、友達。でも、この店高いのよ。ねえ、マー君、ちょっと見てよ。Like, oh, those your friends? But like this store is, you know, it's pretty expensive. Come on, Mark, look at this. 俺には関係ねえだろ。おい、猫森、もう行くぞ。He's like, hey, you know, that has nothing to do with me. Come on, let's go. まったく、あの子ったら、皆さん、マー君と仲良くしてくださいね。That child. Guys, please, you know, please be nice to him. Very, very typical Japanese parent to say. 仲良くしてくださいね。Oh, and of course, it wouldn't be a mall visit without a visit to our friendly Satomi Tadashi. For the song. お前、まさか薬です。そうでか。おい、ちゃんと病院に行こうぜ。So basically saying like, are you gonna try to like get away with using medicine instead of going to the hospital? Like, come on, you have to go to the hospital. So he's saying the disparalyze lyric. この音が頭から通れねん. It's like this song will leave my brain. ねえ、あんたも変だと思うでしょ、金田さんのこと。だって本当の半年であんなにお金持ちになっちゃうなんてね。怪しいわよね。絶対変だよな。Like, remember that mansion we visited earlier? They're talking about that lady about how, like, half a year ago, she was not that rich. Like, she suddenly came into a fall. So, like, something's really shady about this. Something's definitely weird. 6 months ago. What's with that time period? What windfall could have happened that time period? Sebek must surely not be involved. That means, うちの息子してるらしいってんだけどね。Oh, your friends, you know, you must know him. どうしようもない。うたらなんだけど、そいつがまたすごく可愛い。Oh, he's like this useless, like, loud about. But he somehow has roped in this really cute girl. I really hope that he makes like a proper wife of her, and I would be like so happy to be, you know, the in-laws. Oh, right, medicine. Here. Oh, there you go. Even the author's dad does not have high hopes for his own child. Self-insert. We can check in with Peace Diner. The register works at this place. イブヤに住んだらうるさくてなんのがどうにも現実につくやつだ。Living in Shibuya would be really like annoying, I think, because of like how loud it is. But like it'd be kind of like a, you know, a flavor of like, I would say like realism, or I guess what everyday people are like. 早く一人暮らしたいたい。渋谷キリでさ、かっこいいマンションで。Man, I really wish I could like live on my own in an apartment, like somewhere in like Shibuya, a really cool mansion apartment. When they say mansion over there, they mean just like a really nice high-rise apartment, not like what we would call a mansion. いいよか、そういうの。こんなつまんない街早く出たいな。Be great, right? But you know, that kind of thing. Kind of hard, you know. I really want to leave this like boring ass town. 俺も早くあんな家出てよ。恥ずかしくて友達を呼べねえと思う。 Yeah, I really want to leave home too. It's really embarrassing, and I can't bring my parents or my friends around. Hold on. あの子、ゆかの友達だ。本当に、かもの、どうしていうか、おしゃべりなんだろう。Oh, that girl's a friend of Yuka's. They really are like, I guess I would say they're talkative. She's kind of not necessarily a fan of the way either of these two girls talk. She's a little bit judgmental there. いらっしゃいませ。こちらでいただきますか。あんたね、のんびりバーガー食べてばいじゃないよ。It's like, oh, so this guy actually can work the register, but we cannot get a burger for ourselves. We have to go to the hospital first. And I'm sure they will not let us eat it there. Let us continue. I believe we have seen all that is to see here. But you know, that hospital, while very tempting, let's go to a couple other optional places. Study up, do some foreshadowing, all that nice work. So, a quick dash. Let's go to the Historical Society. We're good students. We should be, you know, studious. So, welcome to the local Historical Society. So, over here they have various, you know, archaeological things that they have found to document its culture. Of course, we are being scolded for not going to the hospital, instead going to a place like this. We're called a weirdo. Like, do we really look like we have the time for this? Interested more in the appearances of the clerk than they are of the contents. But we are here to check out something indeed very interesting. In fact, the thing that is lit up here. So basically, it's this, you know, a stale atmosphere. But it's not exactly a bad feeling here, though. Like, something's precious is being protected here. So basically, it is a expelling mirror, a special artifact item here. Let's see if it actually gets. Nope. Okay. Well, it will come to something later. Basically, what he's saying here is that Kagami mirrors have always had, like, in cultural things, a very spiritual connection. You know, spirits and various powers. And he's kind of wondering about, like, that this mirror has this other power to expel demons. Kind of surprised that it also has that ability. So about half a year ago, they found this mirror, but only one was found. So basically, like, there was something else, but my teacher was, like, really boring and I didn't pay attention to what they were saying. Let's finally see what Mark has to say. Basically, he's kind of wondering about, like, why we suddenly became such a studious person. And that why we're just kind of watching the clouds go by in this case, because, you know, we have places to be. But that mirror that repels demons, should demons ever show up, that might be useful. Perhaps. No red herrings here. Now let's take a look. Where else we can go? While there are ruins to the north, it might not be that important to us, so much as a police station. Because as we all know, all cops need to be yelled at. We know Mark is not exactly the... Oops. Not exactly the golden child of his family. Has had some run-ins, I would say, especially with tagging. So, we are at the Mikage police station. A little bit more of that sweet. Oh, Inaba じゃないか。ここへは真面目に来てるんだろうな。Oh, if it's not Inaba. Hope you're going to school properly now. Sensei, you're not causing meiwaku kaketa, right? So basically, you're not being like a pain in the butt for your teachers, are you? So hidoi desu yo. Basically saying, oh, Captain, you're being mean. You know, Inaba-kun is a good boy now, right? Yeah, more or less. So, Mark has had some run-ins with the law, despite coming from a somewhat wealthy background. He likes to rebel nonetheless. So, we have done a pretty good job of filling in some details here. So let's finally get to this awaited hospital. Put an end to everybody's whining. Gosh, why would the game put the hospital at the other end of the map from the school? There can't possibly be some game design reason for this. Some kind of hardship is gonna make this just an interminable drag. Got a bus loading zone. Still important detail there. Oh, like I must have circumvented. Here we go. Mikage General Hospital. Okay. Kanari 時間があるね。さあ、まで時間がある。この村の前を先に話せよう。無駄なない限る。Well, we have a lot of time before our checkup. Why don't we get our business with Maki done with? そうだ。ほらなら300に後日だぜ。Like what a idiot bastard. So if it's Maki, that must be talking about room 302. Everyone's kind of surprised. Inaba, 詳しいね. Kind of surprised. He knows. うっせえな。ダッチ言ってんだよ。おい。Well, okay, well, Mark is saying he only knows because a friend told him. Let's see how well that holds up. Stop staring at my face and, going. Oh, what a problem. Do you know the police department? My husband got into an accident on his motorcycle. Well, he's saying that he knows where the police station is and gives him. 犬主人大丈夫かしら会社で幻を見るなんて So basically kind of like, my husband, I wonder if he's okay. He's seeing weird visions at work and I'm wondering if, stressed from overwork or something. 私は会社に行く幻のかや階段がなんだ黒いの小のなんだ Like, I'm gonna go to work. Who gives a crap about like a phantom underground like laboratory and a girl in black like wandering the halls. Like, if that type of stuff bothers you, then you shouldn't be working at a place like Sebek. Seriously. So he's just blaming himself for what he's seeing. Well, who is this familiar face? Ah, Yamaoka. Oh, nanto! Katte shimaimashita ka. Oh, I've been found. 私がここにいるかどうかぼっちゃまにご案内 So basically asking us to keep this a secret from Kei or Bochama. ナバがそのものの病室ってるなんて意外なこともあるもんね。So it's like, oh, you know, him knowing Sonomura's Pearl already is kind of impressive and surprising. Nurse is confirming us that it's apologizing that we have to just wait a little bit longer. In the PSP version, this song and none of these sound effects are here. You don't get to hear any of these hospital sounds or people noises. I see you. Thirsty? We're being silent there, but song and mood is very. Oh yeah, Musko-san, yeah, Hiroshi ga kite kureta yo. Oh, my grandson Hiroshi is here. Oh, desu ne, oji-chan, Hiroshi-san desu ne. It's like, oh yeah, that's right, Mr. Yoku kite kureta na, Hiroshi. Yoku kite kureta, Hiroshi. Yeah, you came well, job in coming, Hiroshi. You want to listen to me? Listen to him. Ika, Hiroshi. Hito no kokoro wa fukuzatsu na mono da. Well, now listen, Hiroshi. The human heart is a complex thing. 裏に出ているのがその人の本質だとは限らない。The surfaces that you see are not necessarily what they appear to be. 限られた真実を見つけ出すのだ。It is until you look underneath, you can't truly find the truth of things. Well, thank you, old man. Oh, the saying it must be tough for a nurse like that. Listen, the hell's a Hiroshi? I can't tell if that man is being serious or if he's like fucking with us. So this song is Girl at the Window in the soundtrack. Again, a horrible loss for the PSP version of this. Ara? Ima, Sonomura Maki-chan no otomodachi desho? Basically, you know, head nurse is asking us, like, are you friends with Maki Sonomura? Yeah. 先週もお見舞いに来てくれたのよね。先週も確か like basically she's pointing out that like, oh Mark, you're here with more friends. I could have sworn you've been here before last week, the week before. Could have sworn. Oh, ずいぶん優しいなんだよ. Oh wow, he's so kind. And she's telling Nanjo, hey, shove off, like leave him alone. She'll bust people's ribs, but she is fundamentally looking out for their best interests. Up, crying babies. far, all the hallways we've been in, you can kind of hear the people. Great. 今に来て、この村きっと She'll be really happy that we came to see her. でな、さすがにこの病院にはその相手なりそうな人が少ないな。Yeah, there's not really many people for Maki to really talk to. これでは病児やられる気も kind of like surprised to see it. コロナの病児ならこっちからまっすぐから basically doors around from here. And he knows. 私と同じI know. Oh, there's like the same floor as me. There's a girl. Wow, have such a. But occasionally I hear the voice of a really young child. But whenever like, I wonder if like there's another girl that's come visiting her. Well, that's kind of strange. Maki doesn't have any. Not that we know. What's the girl's voice? The door with a yellow and a green tag on it must be special, but before that, check in with. Sonomura is waiting for us. Ah, man, I forgot to bring flowers or anything. Ah, man. So Sonomura's mom works for that company. So she works for Sebek. あなたたちはマキちゃんのお友達かな？よかった。Oh, you must be you're friends with her. That's wonderful. No. That girl, ever since she was a girl, has been hospitalized before. So that Maki has kind of dealt with even before high school. So she's always worried about this nurse is always worried about the fact that Maki, has very huge difficulty making friends. I mean, she's not in with a lot of people her age, so she's very isolated here. 全く信じないわ。大事な一人。お姉がインしてるのにお見舞い来ないなんて。So basically, she's complaining at this single mother has a daughter, this hospital, and she almost never comes to see her. どれだけ性別の仕事が知らないけど。So basically, she's like, I don't know what kind of work they do over at Sebek, but and I don't know the details, but she's like a failure as a mother. Oh, poor Maki. She's very upfront about how she feels about all this. Hoping for items. Never know. The hospital. So, we've got a good sense of how bad things are for our friend Maki. Of a great life. While we're just having fun, making bets, playing Bloody Mary and summoning girl ghosts to zap us with lightning, she's holed up here. Now it's time to meet this mysterious. Right, we've got a doctor saying, では、私は行くが、たまには外に出るんだよ。これは重要なリハビリだからね。And the doctors are saying, and with that, I think it's time to go. You should try to go outside more often. That is a part of your rehabilitation. そうだよ、マッキーさん。明日はお散歩しましょうよね。That's right. And the nurse is saying, that's right, Maki. Let's go out for a walk tomorrow, don't we? Maki, giving much of a response here. Onomura Maki. It's been about 1 year since she has been hospitalized. But this is something that she has been hospitalized before. Classmate of yours. 一番の薬が来たようだね。では、我々は失礼しよう。So the doctor's saying, oh, I see that the best medicine has arrived. let's go. We shall make ourselves scarce. Komori-kun, minna kite kuretanda. Arigato. So she says our name first, huh? And then everybody else is she's very happy to see us. Inaba-kun, ki ni tsukatte kuretanda na. Oh, it must be thanks to Mark. What do you mean? Well, last time he visited, I said that I wanted to meet everybody. Am I wrong? Oh no, you're not wrong. Oh, and Himeno saying that going to return with the book later, Gate to Paradise. Oh, 別にいいのに何度も読んで覚えてるから. Saying like, yeah, that's okay though. I've read it so many times, like memorized it. お、あったら伝えておく。それよりどう？元気？ Oh, I see. So I'll let her know then. But more importantly, how are you? Are you okay? 前よりだいぶ楽。最近いい夢を見るからかな。よく覚えてないんだけど。Yeah, I'm feeling better than before. Recently, because I've seen good dreams. I don't remember them very well though. とっても優しいどこの人の嫁。お父さんみたいな。It's a really kind man in the dreams. He seems like a dad. あの先生みたいな人？良さそうな先生だね。You mean someone like the doctor? He seems like a good guy. 私はあの人嫌い。I hate him. されなのか？ Did he do something to you? そういうわけじゃないけど。It's not, I don't really mean that. Lisa-san, I just hate doctors. まあ、話はそうだ。おふくろさんは確かにセベクに勤めてんだよな。Like, oh, well, let's talk about something else. How about your mother? Does she, she works at Sebek and all. あの人、ママじゃない。人より仕事の方が大事なのよ。私なんてどうでもいいんだよわ。So she's saying she's not that person. That woman is not a mom. She cares more about her work than me. Doesn't give a crap about me at all. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry. She feels in pain. Yeah! No! どうした？そのまら。おい! What's going on, Sumara? Hey! Daiji, sensei, I'll call the doctors. Sumara, 大丈夫かな? I hope she's okay. くっそったれ! She's like, God fucking damn it! Pissed. I mean, has taken very special interest. Oh no, is this an earthquake? Oh my god, no, it's big. Huge. None of them ducking towards any doorways or tables. Ah, looks like it's ended. What the hell is this? Where's the room gone? What's going on? I could have sworn that was the ICU a minute ago. Oh, someone's screaming. It's at the room below. Things are starting to change. They're not normal anymore. Guga. And what are these people? Basically, like these bodies from the morgue started walking on their own, and an old man protected me from them, but got killed. What? Oh my goodness. Are they dead? Is this real? Yamaoka was the one who saved that nurse's life. Yamaoka has... come on. Wake up. I'll never forgive you, you assholes. Everybody, be careful. What are we supposed to do? They're already dead. So like, I am thou, thou art I arise from the sea of your soul and will give you power. Using some very old-fashioned vows. Yeah. Oh. In the PSP version, this song doesn't happen, nor does the sound effects that you hear going on here at all. None of that clicking sound, none of that cool stuff. We got a mop, and I'm guessing maybe a scalpel. So, when you gain a level, you get to distribute your own stats. And in this game, you know what rules? Technical ability and speed. Speed will determine your order in battle. Your tech actually affects almost every stat, so it's basically like the good stat. Power, of course, does your physical attack, but how often are you doing physical attacks? You got body, which is vitality, of course, your hit points of defense. Then you have luck, which actually factors into drops, criticals, and then if you have an attack that does multiple hits, you're more likely going to get multiple hits that way. So it's not entirely a useless stat. I'd say in this case, because you're going to be using your personas most often, tech is really, oddly enough, physical, not that important. Yamaoka, ダメだ。どこに置いて行ったりないかよな。ああ、Yamaoka. So you're saying, Yamaoka, don't die on me. Like, I told you not follow me, right? Yamaoka. なんとぼちゃま、そんなことをさせては。無駄です。Basically, Kay, you should not make that face. That face is unbecoming of someone of your stature. You're supposed to become, a proper, Japanese, man of the country. And one day you're supposed to have to stand on your own. I am so happy to have been, standing by your side up until this point. ダメダメダメダメダメだ。僕の置いていくことは許さん。しっかりしよう。So he's saying, don't, please don't. If you leave me now, I won't forgive you. Please, get a hold of yourself, Yamaoka, because he's in denial at this point. もうお別れでございます、お茶ま。最後に一つだけ、この山奥を約束を。Like, well, it's getting time to end. Bochama, I have only one thing to ask of you, from Yamaoka. Please, become the number one in the country. Stand above everything else. I will. その姿を前に I'll show you myself. So please, don't. So, he says, Sasuga Botama, as expected. I, excellently said, I will always be somewhere in your heart. Then he passes Yamaoka. Oi! Mamoyo! Etchi shite kure yo! Yamaoka! So he's saying, please, someone, someone please respond to me. So, Persona 1 starts off with death. Things are not going well. This is not a separate world. This is their world, and it is now filled with demons, and people are going to start dying. So Yukino tries to comfort Nanjo, but Mark kind of has the right idea here and says that you need to kind of leave him alone for a second. Not much else you can say. Now he says, on another topic, I guess, Oi, Nekomori, ima no yatsura no koe o kita. Did you hear the voices of those things before? They said they were me. I heard it as well. Was that, weren't those things, no, Persona? Oh, you mean those things, like, that will lend us power so we can fight our enemies? But, like, I really don't quite understand what they were going on. But for now, I don't know really what to call them, but for now, I guess we'll just call them Persona. It's definitely something that, like, how I felt. But right now, like, this place gives me a bad feeling. We need to get out. And here is the more annoying feature of the battle system in this game, is the fact that it has a grid and you have to care about what their weapon types are and what areas they're able to attack. Yukino has a ranged weapon, so actually having her in the back, very useful. So. Okay, and then I'll save this formation. I think. So he's kind of remarking that Nanjo is brought to tears, and remarks on the fact that, like, Yamaoka must have really meant something to him. Basically, she's kind of remarking that Nanjo really seems a lot more like a child when he's in front of Yamaoka. So, like, there's nothing worse than the feeling of the pain of not being able to have protected someone. What am I supposed to do, Yamaoka? So basically, if you're gone, I'm all alone now. I have nobody who's on my side. Nobody. So basically, there's nobody. He really has no support system at this point anymore. Because his parents, other than giving him money, do not offer him. So let's go to our dungeon. The music has changed. The sound effects are now of people screaming and running and possibly being murdered by demons, and you're hearing the demons now screaming. Again, in the PSP version, none of those sound effects exist. It is just a new track. Let's get into our first battle here. So, in this one, you pretty much want to use your personas all the time, and using your personas come with a benefit. The more you use them, the stronger they get, and the more abilities they gain. Actually, I need to go back. The unfortunate thing is, because of this grid system, if you have a character that needs to have their attack actually land, in this case a tackle, so the physical one, it has to be near the character. So if I kill that demon off with another skill and it comes down to Mark's turn and he can't move, nothing happens. So in this case, generally, you pretty much want to almost always be using Persona unless you have a weakness to hit, and try to make sure that everybody can move just for the sake of, you know, strategy. What I'm going to probably be doing here, though, is in the battles, I'm going to be making the main character pretty much act exclusively if I can. I might do a little bit of grinding off camera, and the thing is, later on, the other characters are going to be separated from you. And while that normally might be a bad thing, they automatically catch their level up to you once they rejoin for plot reasons. So, if you, in this game, since experience is loaded to your activity in battle as a character, if you make the main character do all the battles and pretty much kill everything off easily, he will be pretty super leveled. And what happens when everybody rejoins is that they will suddenly jump up in that level too. So, kind of benefiting the main character in this early part of the game will give you dividends later on. So what I'm going to do though is... Oh, okay, I can't do anything locally with him that would kill. So, I am going to be using non-wind skills on that pixie, because that pixie will reflect wind back at me. And the main character, wind. Zombies are incredibly weak to pretty much almost anything. Elements and things like that. Yukino is casting Blast, which is a nuclear damage. And gets rid of that enemy with a pesky distance. Actually, one thing I will do, I did get some items actually. Let's equip. Maximum. Aha! I have a razor. He has a mop. Mark has a two-hand axe. Just a normal thing for a high schooler to carry. I like to believe that he got it from, I don't know, emergency fire thing during the zombie breakout, but either way. And Yukino is with her razor blades. So, I have a scalpel, Nanjo has a mop. Let's check our magic. Check out what personas we go. Status of Seimen Kongo of the Emperor Arcana. So, when a wind skill hits, he pretty much reflects it. So he's... No, we'll find out. And Marx is Ogun. Nanjo-kun is Aizen Moryo. And Yukino is Vesta, Empress. So, yep, you can hear the screams and the demons in the background. Things are not going well for people. So, main character, Emperor. Nanjo is the Hierophant. Mark is the Chariot, and Yukino's Empress. If you look into the backgrounds of these personality types, you'll kind of see how well they match. Something kind of neat about this one, other than the later Persona games, all the characters are able to switch personas. They don't have full compatibility with all of them because, you know, not everybody is able to wear the same mask as well. Think about it like being cast for the role of an actor. Not everybody would right role for it. So, much like that, in this game, characters have preferences for different arcana. For example, the main character actually cannot use Hierophant arcana at all. He is the worst at them. Nanjo cannot use Emperor arcana at all. He is very bad at them. They got... So, pretty much Nanjo is going through the very stage of grief as we play through this early part of the game. He's kind of going through bargaining somewhat. You know, if only I had properly sent him home. oh, how things would have been different. Poor Nanjo, he was hit very hard by this. この力を使えばこんなこと。Well, basically saying like, you know, with this power we could have prevent other things from happening. You know, また真似だって。Basically, she's, you know, promising that we will whatever we can to return everything. テレビもただないし、でもだってかかりしない。何がどうやってのよ。Like the TV doesn't show anything. None of the phones work. Essentially, it sounds like we have all wandered into Silent Hill. What's happening? What should we do? Basically, like, why are the ICUs? They can't go into any of the rooms. They have patients in there. Like, you know, you have to do something about Somura. But they don't. It's a maze. They don't know where any of the rooms are, and there's demons out there killing people. So, at the nurse's station, they can kind of help us with our wounds, but they don't know how to get to any of the patients. None of the doors actually go anywhere, and they need to help people. We're all quite rightfully panicking. Got some items in quick equipment here. Huh. Oh. Oh, battle. This is going to happen a lot in this game. Well, I could do something here that's interesting, otherwise known as contacting. So let me see if I can kind of explain contacting. You can negotiate with the demons. Everybody in your party has a special trick to try to, you know, get them on your side. So let's see what we can do. We can either try to persuade, provoke, invite, or sing. Let's try persuade. Oh, they're interested. お兄さんに言うことよくわかんないけど、なんかいい感じ。She can't quite mouth words right, but she's saying like, oh, the words you're saying, I don't understand them very well, but they have this great feeling. So let's... He tries to persuade. Same thing, and if I do it one more time... 絶倒しました。つまり、あたしに頼み事。In other words, do you have something from me? You want? I want your spell card. All right, your spell yes, spell card. Please, I want to be beautiful again. So, I just got essentially. I think the creators kind of mentioned this. Like the image is like what these demons are giving you is essentially like their business card with their phone number on it. Zombie-chan. So Zombie-chan gave us a spell card. So, a wonderful advantage of having done that is if I want to not fight them again, I can actually just contact them and they will say, hey, you got my card already. They'll do a nice thing for me and then leave. They might give you money, they might give you an item, might heal you, or just, you know, do the good of leaving. So if you are ever in an area where you find a bunch of enemies that you should not be able to fight yet, great trick. Contact them and make them go away. You do have to be the right level in order to get them to give you a card, but you can still make them go away just by contacting them. Let's see. Oh, look, a pixie. Let's try contacting him. What if we sing? Oh. He sang. Oh, they like it. 私も何か手ができるのいいのな。 弱いことでもよしよな. Bit weak. Well, let's actually see. We can get him to. He will either dance, provoke, just stare at you creepily, or what else? Kind of like lie to you, or like surprise, or trying to like misdirect. Let's dance. Oh. Oh. Let's invite. Oh, that scares them. They do not want to be a part of our group. What happens if I, no, just try to appeal to reason? Oh. Oh, they think humans are nicer than they expected and gave me 50 experience points. Nice. And the demon left. So, there you go. Contact. A useful tool if you want to get rid of a pesky resistance. In this case, I am going to be just trying to get him to use his persona as much as possible, because he is going to eventually learn something called Wind All. And that will just basically cover the entire field in wind, and if I am able to get pixies to go away, I can pretty much use that skill with no reflection. I love the sound effects. I just love the way they do this whole battle. You'll get some really interesting animations and sound effects as you go along. I love the vocalizations of the demons. And something about the high contrast shading of this gives it kind of an interesting creepy look, almost like it's, you know, like if this game was actually animated in a claymation style, that would be kind of fantastic, right? Like weird battles. But at least that's the feeling I kind of think they were going for. Boom. So, you might be wondering what the difference between the yellow and the red are. So, in addition to our base stats, the persona gives you your stats as a character. So, they kind of either add together or subtract from each other. These red areas are essentially where my natural stats don't meet up with what my persona is giving me. I'm going to fix that a little bit by giving myself some more tech stats. Which is something very nice to have in addition to your speed. Getting him to act early in turns is a very useful thing to have. And now, find herself at a save point. Right. I think with that, I might tonight close. So thank y'all for joining me, and look forward to the further journey of Persona